Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. My name's Adam. I hope you guys had a fantastic new year. Thought I'd get back to doing a bit of recording. It's the 10th of January. I was in last week, but I was just getting back into it and sorting things out, and it wasn't quite a busy week, so I never really got round to doing any filming. So I thought I'd bring you back today. It's now 10:30. Did a 6 o'clock start this morning. Tipped to Warrington. It was pitch black, so it was down the side of the River Mersey, Thelwall Road. Tipped down there, but it's not much point in putting the cameras on. It's pitch black. I've come over to St Helens now, just loaded, and we're off down to Bracknell. So I'm going to set off, get down to Bracknell. I'm estimating I should get there for around about, I'd say about, with a break, about 3 o'clock. Between 3 and half past I'll be aiming for. Get this off and then see what the rest of the day brings. Anyway, we'll crack on, we'll get going. They're dirty already. Get out of St Helens, get heading on our way. Well, my subscriber count is growing, so I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed over the Christmas period, and obviously to everybody that's already subscribed, thank you for watching. I hope you continue watching. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Well, what did you all get up to over New Year then? Christmas and New Year? Quiet Christmas really. Well, I'm saying quiet, Christmas Day is never quiet because there's about 16 of us having Christmas dinner, but it wasn't anything major, just family. Sat down, Christmas dinner, three families, equates to 16 of us, big families you see. So had our Christmas dinner round at my father-in-law's. Then Boxing Day we were just chilling out really, bit of a chill day. And on the 27th we travelled down to Wales with family and friends, staying in a house together for the new year. Went and did a few walks and drunk lots of alcohol. Lots of alcohol was consumed. Had a hot tub and things like that. We've done that quite regular, but we haven't done it for a couple of years. In fact, this was booked for 2020 going into New Year 2021, and obviously we couldn't, so arrived last year 2021 and left on the 3rd, back in work on the 4th. This one Adam, next one. It was Russian roulette at the roundabouts, isn't it? Who's going to go first? And them spot roundabouts. I have the philosophy, if nobody's making a decision, then I'm going. I'm looking to my right, I'm giving way to my right, he's looking to his right. Nobody's going anywhere. So I just make the decision and go. Can you hear that? Put my left in, it does that sometimes. Put my left indicator on, stand well clear, this vehicle is reversing, and it should say stand clear, vehicle turning left. And I stick my left indicator on. It does that every now and again for some reason. The newness wearing off. Projecting out a little bit either side. 2 big steel sewer pipes. I'll show them you when I get a chance. So we are sticking out a little bit, nothing major. Still doing it. Probably do that now till I turn the ignition on. Stand well clear, vehicle reversing. Nice rest over Christmas, needed it. Last week sort of levelled out work wise, last week that we worked, so there wasn't a lot to bring you really. Monday, Tuesday I was busy, and then Wednesday, Thursday did nothing. Thursday we spent, basically I tipped a local one, which took me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Was back in the yard, and then we did a bit of work around the yard, got the trucks ready, took some pictures, flew my drone over. As we always do that, it's like a tradition that all the depots do at the end of the year, show the yard all tidy and all the trucks back. And that was that, it was done. We used to do a bit of supermarket work, Royal Mail or Asda, Tesco, that type of stuff. But we didn't get none. Well, we could have got it, but I just don't think we've got the drivers at the moment. With the work that we already had, we're obviously like at capacity. Everybody knows about the driver shortage. Got my own opinions on it, but that's not what this channel's going to be about. So we're going to get into the politics of HGVs. I'm just going to show you what it's like really, what type of work that I do, and what it's like being on the road. I'm on a diet, sticking to a diet this time, and exercise. So I won't just be sat in the truck festering. I'll be out doing a bit of walking, maybe step it up a little bit when I'll get a bit of weight off. I'm not like I'm like obese or something, overweight, but I like to get a couple of stone off. So once I drop down, once I get like a stone off, I might start running again. I used to do a lot of running. Made some beef broth at home, so I've got that. That should last me up till Wednesday. So that's it, that's my plan. Lose a couple of stone, get out, do some walking, do a bit of running. It's been quite mild, hasn't it? It dropped, last week was quite cold. But once you're out and you're walking, you warm up. Well, that's it, being a tramper, it's difficult to eat right and keep healthy. It's not difficult, it's the hours that you work. When I was younger, you know, when I was like, I started here when I was 27, and that was the first period after that where I started putting on a bit of weight, because before that I could eat what I wanted to get away with it, because I had an active job. I was driving, but I was manually loading and offloading the rigid that I was on all the time, every day, and then helping to load when we got back at night the other trucks. Obviously I was home every night, so I was walking my dog, we used to play five-a-side football, so I was active, so I was burning off the calories, plus obviously I was younger, and as I got it, moved into my 30s at Swains, was when I first started to put a bit of weight on, so I started running then. I was about 32, 33, and I ran for a few years, on and off. I ran for a good 2 years, got really into it, where I was doing like 3 10k runs a week. I'd just get out of the truck and run, get back, quick shower, get in the truck, fine, get up the next day, fine. Sometimes a bit of ache and pain, but I'd do that 3 times a week, and then just a bit of like light weights to keep me toned at the weekend. Nothing, I weren't after like bulking up. Never really wanted to bulk up. And then I sort of tailed off and stopped for maybe 18 months. Weight started going back on, so I started again. And then I probably did that up until I was about 38. And these last few years, I've been a lazy guy, to be honest. Not been doing any exercise. Diet, I've had a few stints at a diet. Me and my mate did a fasting diet, and that got our weight down. That was pretty good, fasting, intermittent fasting. That got our weight down, but no exercise. So do a little bit of walking, and a little bit of cycling. Actually going on a cycle ride with the lads on getting back into it. Decided we're going to get back into it. So just before Christmas, we went to the Santa train. We went for a meal afterwards. We put a date down in Stone, so that's the Saturday the 15th. but we're going on a cycle ride, which will be a good ride. It'll be, it'll be a good few miles. I think the last one we did was about 18 miles. So it'll be a decent distance. But then we're having a couple of pints. Only a couple, like, because obviously people will have to do whatever they do in the rest of the day, so it won't be a session. I used to have a bike. That's another thing I did as well. When I had my Scania, I had a bike on the back. It soon got rusty and knackered. I actually had it front wheel off. Had it on its side on my steps. I had step ladders on the back of it, and I had it strapped to the step. And then the front wheel was under the wing kit, like a bag. And it just got rusty and rusted away. Believe it or not, when I had the CF, when I came out the Scania wet in the CF, I got a mountain bike in one of them bags that you can use transporting it on planes and stuff like that. It actually fit on the top bunk. Now that was good because it was a decent. I could have a decent bike then instead of a crappy thing on the back, so I didn't want to nick it. And I'd use that, get out and do a bit of cycling. Which wasn't, I didn't do a lot of it, to be fair. Should have done more. And then when I got an XF, can't get it on the top bunk. So that was the end of that. But I mean, there's been lads here done different things over the years. There's one lad here who was into his bodybuilding. He found a gym every night. You know what I mean? He might have sacrificed a bit of overtime, or he might have diverted a little bit off his route, but he found gyms more or less every night, so it can be done. And my mate, when I was saying about the intermittent fasting, when I was doing the running, he was a big lad, Dave. When I was doing the running, he used to go swimming. He used to swim a mile, not every night, but you know, whenever he could find somewhere to park, a leisure centre. The beauty of that is you got a free shower afterwards as well. You got a shower before you went in and the shower afterwards. So, keep you clean. So there's things you can do, even though we are limited to what we can do. You know, some drivers, they'll bring weights with them and they'll be doing weights in back of trailer and stuff like that. There's different things, it's not easy. I've got resistant bands that I could use, that I have under my bed. Again, something that I used to use a while ago and stopped using. I know people make all these New Year's resolutions and just don't stick to them. I've been guilty of that many a time, but definitely want to lose 2 stone. So that is my mission. Get back down into around 13 stone. That's where I should be, where I feel the healthiest, and get my fitness levels back up a little bit. Not quite to the extremes I've been able to do 3 to 4 10k runs a week, but just back up. So at least I can do a little bit of something. Roads have been relatively quiet, so I should get a good run down here. Maybe get there a little bit early, have a bit of luck. I'm going to crack on. Pull over services somewhere, get a break. Got half an hour to have. Grab a break, grab some of my broth, and then I'll let you have a look at the load. I said I'd let you have a look at the load, and when I jumped out on the services and recorded this bit, I hadn't pressed record, so let you have a quick look at it now while we just in this lay-by before we get to site. That's basically what we're delivering. So this bit, which is wide, and then you've got the other pipe on the back, so it's just 2 lifts, no weight in them, couple of straps on each, not going to go anywhere. So that's basically what it is. Looks like that's a ducted pipe, that. Ventilation shaft by the looks of that one. So we'll crack on, put the camera back on when we get to site. Quite a busy section of road that, just on the 404, jump on the M4 for a couple of miles, then jump off there and make our way into site. The actual route's not too bad, it's the same route that the truck sat-nav was using, so that's always a bonus to mess about with the routes. Don't always work out that way, they're usually very similar. Sometimes, you know, you might have two ways to go where I could have potentially come off onto the M5, used a bit of the M5 and from there onto the 40 instead of going 42, 40. But once in the sat-nav it was taking me 42 anyway, but in some scenarios might not do that, but once you pass that point, sat-nav will update and take you. Normally it's the only real issues you will have is the final few miles of the journey. And you want to move in order. Normally, you know, the main leg of the journey is, you know, there's only really one way you can do it. Well, one way that you would do it. There could be a potential where, you know, there's a couple of routes. If you was down in Kent and you was going up to Birmingham, you know, you could go around the south side of the M25 and up the 40, 42 and then get into Birmingham that way. Or obviously you could go north around the M25, M1, M6 to Birmingham that way. So you'd have to just check the route and see which way the movement order wants you to go. And once, like I said, once you start in that direction, sat-nav will update itself anyway. It's just, sat-nav, my sat-nav anyway, I'm just speaking for myself here, really is just for close quarters, you know what I mean? It's when you're on top of the job. I've been driving that long now, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, as anyone will be. You know, you'll never be driving for a few years to know if someone says to you, right, you go to London or you go to Birmingham or you go to Carlisle or Northampton, you know that how to get to Northampton, to Carlisle, to Kent, to London, to Norwich, to Ipswich, to, you know, to get into Wales. You know what routes to take. So it's just for hand-to-hand combat when you get in there for close quarters. I mean, it's handy though, it's handy to have it on if they ring me and say, which they have done on this, told them it's going to be about past. I said between 3 and past. I told them it's going to be about past when we get there, so they did ring me just to get an ETA, and it's handy to have that information, plus it's got live traffic on, so it will give you any delays and any possible routes you could take. But being on a movement order, unless the road's closed and you have no option but to go around, you just got to sit in the traffic, I'm afraid. You can't just decide, well, if I come off here and use the M6 toll road, I'll miss all this congestion or this accident. You know, if the road's still open and you're still making progress through, you've got to continue on that route. Only if the road is closed, then obviously you'll be able to divert off route. With this type of load anyway, I'm not talking about big abnormal loads with escort vehicles and stuff like that, where you're getting into really like sort of weights, you know, you're getting into mega weights, 100-ton loads and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure then you would have to stop and wait it out or get clearance to use the diversion route, because if there's anything on there, a bridge or anything that is going to get damaged by such a large load, then I'm afraid you'll have to sit and wait till the road reopens. Right, anyway, I've got another quarter of an hour now till we get to site, and then we'll try stick you on there and show a bit of the offloading. That was very confusing. There's a movement order. It's took me down here onto Chain Road. But only once I pulled in to Chain Road was there's a sign saying no construction traffic. But it looked like an old sign. But I'll probably come in the wrong way. Not come in the wrong way, I've come in the movement order way, but when Swain's put the movement order into the system, it won't count for anything like that, where maybe they've changed it because of businesses or residents to say we don't want your construction traffic coming down this road. And that won't be obviously on the system that is used for the movement orders. Well, looks like we're on the right site. Hey mate, you alright? How are you doing?
Been here this morning.
No, I've not been before, no.
So one of your colleagues been here in the morning?
Yeah, one of my colleagues, more than likely.
Is it delivering for Gallagher?
Gallagher, yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Adam,
Adam Eve.
that's the one.
Adam and Eve. What's your second name?
Westhead.
Western. How many miles you drive in the Western?
To here, 160.
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
You put it in. You never been here?
No, I've never been here,
You
no.
put it in your truck every time we can know, and then you film it that one.
Yeah.
And then you can go that way. From that wash machine, you turn right. From there, someone will see you.
Okay, yeah.
They know already because one of your colleagues went from there.
Yeah. Is it Gallagher or Gallagher or Gallagher? No H in it. Not Gallagher. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So,
Someone must be there on that cabin. So just drive, they're gonna see you. You've got a number for them.
yeah, Colin. Contact Colin. Yeah, I've got a number.
Call Colin since he's coming here.
All right. Cheers, mate. Hey mate, Swain's have got a delivery for you from Tubicider. Alright, you know. Yeah, I've just pulled in. I'm just next to the wheel wash, but I just don't know whereabouts to go on site. Okay, no problem. Cheers, mate. Bye. You probably heard that conversation. My site contact isn't actually on site. That happens more often than you'd think, to be honest with you. Whether he's just some guy that orders it, or whether he's been on site at an early part of the build and then he's been transferred to a different site, but he's not on this site. So managed to get hold of a black hat. A bit of a tip, if you're ever on a building site, or poured most of that bloody stuff on the floor, on a building site, or most construction type, whether it's the manufacturing companies for the construction products or the actual site, find a black hat. Someone with a black, they call them a black hat. Someone with a black hat will always be a supervisor. So you find a black hat and they'll always put you right, so somebody's going to come and find me and offload me. One guy said that they'd offloaded just to the left there, but maybe they had because of access to where they actually want the pipes, but the pipes are not there and they're not going in the ground there. But if you can't get the truck to where the offloading area is, and maybe they have just been offloading them there, which will do me, because then I just back up into that space there and get out. But for now, we'll sit and wait here. Put big light on, can't see. Right, managed to get tipped. I managed to film a little bit of the offloading, and then the battery went flat on the GoPro. It's not been a good morning, has it? Well, a good day, recording wise. We'll get back into the swing of it, don't worry about that. So I've got a collection in the morning out of Reading, a couple of cabins, and potentially doing a changeover with them. so Reading's not too far from where I am. So I think I'll just go and get somewhere to park. No point in doing anything too dramatic. I'll go and get somewhere to park. I'm going to try and have a look in my map, see if there's a supermarket anywhere I can get near and get some bits that I need for the rest of the week. Get some water, get some want some salt and pepper. Bit of salt and pepper for my broth. I've not got any in. I've got salt actually, I think. Yeah, I've got plenty of salt actually. Let's get some pepper for my broth, and I'm not going to get any bread. I'm thinking about getting a bit of bread, but I'm not. Try and find a couple of meals for the rest of the week, and whatever else I need, get some milk and bits and bats. And I'll see where we can get parked up for the night. Right, so hang on. Let me have a look at my map, don't I? Alright, well I'll get back to you then. Well, I'll have a study of Google Earth and see what's near. See where we are. Well, that was eventful 20 minutes or so, trying to find somewhere to park. Turned out it was only about 15 minutes from my collection tomorrow, from some university or something like that. So managed to circle around the area I was. Quite a lot of industrial and retail, nowhere to park. Seen 3 or 4 potential places to park, couldn't park there. The only one that I could park, there was a kebab van, and I'd have took up really all the parking behind him. So he wouldn't have been happy because he wants to people to park so he can sell his kebabs all night. So I moved a little bit closer. I'm only about 5 minutes away now. Come to another retail park, got parked here. Best I could do was a Marks and Spencer's petrol station on the roundabout. But I got a bit of some. I got some milk. Got myself some salt and pepper. I don't know what's happened to these. Well, not these, but the ones that I had. But in Marks and Spencer's salt and pepper. But the last ages in here. I have no idea. I've been living off the little packets that you nick out the garage or the services. They're probably with the rest of my stuff when I swapped trucks, when I got this new truck. And I've probably not brought them over. But I have a big Tupperware tub under the bed that's full of sauces and all sorts of stuff, that condiments that you just grab out the services and petrol stations. So I've been living off them, but decided to get myself some salt and pepper. Anyway, you don't want to listen to me rabbit on about salt and pepper, do you? So I'm going to wrap it up. Get settled for the evening. Get some tea. Edit this video. And see what tomorrow brings. So that just leaves me to say thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Like I've said on previous videos, if you've got any ideas for videos you want me to do, anything to do with coupling, uncoupling trailers, you know, any strapping and chaining of the load, if you want to see any of that, like in depth on how we do it, where I would position chains and straps on a load, and I would work out where, you know, where and how many to put on the load, and obviously then the technique of using the equipment. And obviously I'm just talking to people who don't drive or are looking into starting to drive, get their HGV. Tacos, I can answer questions on that. I can try and show you how all that works. You know, your driving hours and things like that. If you want me to do a video on that, just let me know. And that's about it really. Obviously I'm thinking I'm going to do a coupling and uncoupling video, because that's something I can show you quite easily. Anyway, it just leaves me to sign off. You all stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.